it just mind boggles me that you would have the audacity to say that to people. Yeah, I like put you up and I'm going after your friends, or like, you know, like I'm going after people. But next week, let's reset. Sure. I'm like, yeah, perfect. That's like totally what I want. So. And this whole like, it's what the whole house wants thing. If I hear that one more time, I think my lid might blow.
Yeah. What the fuck? Like, I totally agree with you.
I had to do it, Sarah, because otherwise everybody would come after me because like you're alone. I just like it's it's what conflicting emotions this game.
So yeah, absolutely.
And I feel so bad for you. Like
it's like my heart was like Johnny's like Johnny knows he's screwed as we're just starting the competition. Like it's just like heartbreaking.
Yeah. Like right when we walk out there and you see the faces.
He knows. He's like, I'm done.
And like even Bruno, because I said to Bruno, like, I'm gonna go for you.
Yeah.
Because no one else is, obviously.
Yeah.
And I was trying to win, like even though I had no chance in hell, I was like, you have to try to win for yourself.
Absolutely.
Like, because if something crazy does happen, or what, like, you know, you have no, like, guarantees in this game. So if that does happen, and I had like thrown you know what I mean, or just focused on that one part of it, then I'm gonna look like an idiot.
Absolutely.
So I said to Bruno, like, I'm gonna go for you, just so you know, like, because no one else is. And he like, because he was looking at me like kind of like almost asking me, and then I said, I'm gonna go for you because no one else is. And he like at first got angry and like threatened me, kind of was like, well, if he comes off, then.
Yeah.
And so then I got like awkward, and I was like, okay, like, and I was like looking like this. And then right before I went, I think then he finally realized, like, Johnny's screwed either way, obviously.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
That, like, there's 3 to 4 people who are going to go after one person. And that no one was, like, had anything at that point.
Yeah.
So then he was like, okay, go for me. And I was like, okay, thanks, because I was going to do it anyway. That would have been my only hope, is if I got a couple of Brunos off.
Yeah, and then it'd just be, like, one less person shooting.
And, like... Not only could you, when you first walk out there, do you know Johnny's going to go first, I'm going to go second? You know Bruno's going to win.
Very, very likely.
Right?
Very good chance. So we did what we had to do. We have all the power this week, but...
And then hopefully next week we can fucking...
Do you think Bobby will, like, try this HOH?
Yes.
Yeah,
of course, 100%.
He's not gonna like dog fuck.
He's so like, I love him as a person, obviously.
Absolutely.
Like, we're all like love everybody, but in this game it's just like so frustrating. And like so obvious too. Like, you do everything with such intensity, and then you're like, oh, just laid back. You ready for the comp? Yeah. Winning HOH was very detrimental to him.
That speech was unbelievable.
People just must be like...
Just like groaning. What were the fans' reactions to that?
I like, every time he said like that speech, I was just like... Like, just like, keep it together.
Yeah. Has he ever, like, he's seen the show?
I think I might take him to final 2.
I mean, if you can get him there.
He's not going to win. It's perfect. He'll probably, like, right? Because he'll probably just, like, throw the final one, too, right? He's just going to throw it. And then if he makes it to final 2, he's just going to sit there and be like, I don't deserve it. Give it to whoever this is.
It's got to be the worst.
So believable.
Yeah.
I knew from day one, though, like, he made a point to, like, in a group setting, be like, I don't talk game to anybody.
Yeah, he just, like, announced it.
None of you are none of you guys were on my radar last week, man. None of you guys are on my radar this week. He says right before the HOH competition. Remember that?
Yeah. No, yeah. What did he say? Like,
If only the game was that easy, eh?
yeah, he's just. I could talk about Bobby all night.
Yeah.
But
I love you so much. Thank you
love
for your
you.
support and love and
I'm so glad a person like you is in this house.
what?
I'm so glad a person like you is in this house.
I feel completely the same. Or else I don't even know if I'd be so like open
Yeah.
about like
Everything. About
stuff, yeah.
Partner, about, yeah.
it's just nice to have one other person who like
A weirdo, as some
Yeah.
people think.
who doesn't think I'm like a freak
I
and
think
just
you're
like
the most
what?
normal person in
Like,
here.
what?
I think you're the most normal person in here.
That's
how
the
you-
thing,
yeah,
right?
Exactly. It's
But
like-
just because I want to like include other people in the narrative of life and like
Yeah.
different types of relationships, because that's the
Absolutely.
thing. Like, me and Scott are probably your most typical, average couple,
Yeah.
right? But we believe that like it's important to include other people in the fray of life, you know,
Absolutely.
and not to just be like,
No.
I wouldn't like you don't bring a slut home to your mom. Oh God.
That was pretty cringeworthy. It's like, Godfrey's like, oh. Yeah, I just have to, you kind of have to like, in the real world, I'd obviously say something, but like, in here it's just like.
I just kind of walked away. Yeah. Like, and I tried to be like, what if your best friend came to you and said, I slept with 4 people last night? Would
Yeah.
you like discount them as a person and be like, I don't like my best friend anymore? And people were kind of like, well,
Yeah.
I don't know what and like I just can't fathom that. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
and I don't buy it either. That's the thing. People can say that, but when they're confronted with that situation, like me almost, right? Like, and you, like we
Yeah.
put it in people's. They love us.
Yeah.
They think we're great people.
Yeah.
So how can they
Discount that.
discount that?
No, I hear you. There's so many conversations about the slut thing and like the number thing, and just like,
That was like, how is that a the
Brutal.
size thing,
oh,
and
that size thing. Oh my god.
like, oh my gosh, oh
Yeah,
my
it's so
gosh,
brutal.
so brutal.
Imagine
So-
watching. Imagine like a young kid, like a 19-year-old kid,
Can
watching
you
the
not-
live feeds.
It makes honestly, it's
Yeah.
so sad.
So sad. He's just like getting destroyed as a human, being like, oh, I'm not good enough because these beautiful ladies say I'm not good
And they
enough.
can try, and then they'll try to interject like, oh, like it,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter, like I don't, and even Willow said like, oh, it would be terrible. I don't want to have like, if I had a son, I'd feel so bad. It's so much pressure, but like, I need 8.5. Like,
Yeah,
are
exactly.
you fucked? Like, I love them obviously,
Oh, of
and they're
course.
sweet, but they just don't
There's certain
get
things
it,
that are just
Like always try to, like for me, I always try to act as if, like my mom is like the sweetest person, and she always said, never say something out loud if
Yeah.
you wouldn't say it to someone's face.
yeah.
You have to pretend like there's someone in the room that you're talking about, and something like that, you have no idea.
Exactly. Exactly.
So you would say that to someone's face? Like, no, they wouldn't. And
It's
they'd
like-
feel bad and they'd be apologetic about it.
Yeah.
So just be like consistent and be like empathetic. And like, yeah, like some men do not have a penis at all.
Yeah.
And you're discounting them as people.
As a person.
Like it just like yes, you're living in like, you're seeing like this much of the world and
Yeah.
saying like everybody's like this. And
Yeah.
that's just so not the case.
It's so fucked.
But I guess it's like if you don't have,
I used to be like that. I mean, I still am in a lot of subjects, but
well, and we all like, I guess
Absolutely.
like it's hard. Like that's the way the world teaches us. And
Yeah.
it took me, a ton of unlearning, right?
absolutely.
And I'm lucky because like in school, like I had awesome professors in my women's studies classes who like opened my mind to these things and reminded me.
Yeah.
Like I was always pretty open-minded, but everybody has these like ways of being like, like ways of being brought up and what is normal. But
Yeah.
it's like at a certain point you have to be like like Amish people, like there's so much more
So much.
than just like,
That size conversation was messed up.
I left and started crying in the
Yeah.
bed.